Radio 158 and all Madina media platforms. Today's Q platform on Constitutional Hub at the entrance of Lodian, Pretoria, Republic of South Africa is entitled The Destructive and Unnatural Nature of Homosexuality, in reference particularly to the story of the people of Lut and what is currently happening now. This will be given by Dr. Alim Suleiman Ebrahim HS, who is an alim as well as a medical doctor.
الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى ال سيدنا مولانا محمد وبارك وسلم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Alhamdulillah, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala placed us in the best of ummats, in the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. As mentioned, our topic of discussion is the current fate or the current curse of homosexuality, where Nabi alayhi salam many years ago already told us, and in the hadith Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned very clearly by Quran. This is not what was intended. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned, Inna akhfa ala ummati amali qawm Lut. There is nothing I fear from all the things that I fear from my ummah. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned ummati, my ummah, that is you and I. Then the amal qawm Lut, then the actions of the people of Lut. Now if you go and look in Quran and what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has to say about Hazrat Lut alayhi salam and his people, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ولوطا إذ قال لقومه أتأتون الفاحشة ما سبقكم بها من أحد من العالمين. Do you perpetrate such a crime that was never perpetrated min al-alamin, in the universes? In other words, if there was another place where there were inhabitants, then the crime you, O people of Lut, have perpetrated supersedes everything in every known place and unknown place. And then he went on further to describe exactly what that crime was. So there was no doubt left, because the people of Lut were also a people who used to stop the caravans on the highways, they used to cheat in their business. And sometimes people make excuses, saying that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala referred to the crimes of the people of Lut, it referred to those crimes, not to this. But Hazrat Lut alayhi salam made it very clear, إِنَّكُمْ لَتَأْتُونَ الرِّجَالَ شَهْوَةً مِّن دُونِ النِّسَاءِ. Do you approach men with desire rather than women? So it was very clear that your crime is the crime of homosexuality. And unfortunately, in today's time, it's become very common. And it's an agenda that's being pushed and driven at every level and in every place. From the schools, to all our entertainment media, to the games, even down to the cartoons that our children watch. This is a calculated and organized campaign to bring about those actions which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala determined as despicable. And if we look at it and we say, but hold on, why is this one more abhorrent than all the other sins? Murder is also a sin. It's a terrible crime. You took somebody's life. Here is how they say, these are the words that the apologists use, and they say, no, it's between two consenting adults, so why are you interfering in it? The reason is we go back. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cursed Shaitan, and He told Shaitan, La'anahu Allah, Allah cursed him because of his crime of disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then what was Shaitan's reply? Instead of adopting an attitude of humility and saying, Allah, I'm sorry. Allah, I made a mistake, forgive me. He threw down a challenge to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he said, وَقَالَ أَأَتَّخِذَنَّ مِنْ عِبَادِكَ نَصِيبًا مَفْرُوضًا, I will take out from your servants, مِنْ عِبَادِكَ, your servants, a group of them. In other words, I will make them that they are your servants, but they will obey me. How you asked me to bow down to Adam alayhi salam, and I refused, I will make them refuse your commands. And then he went on and he continued, throwing down this challenge to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is why this crime of homosexuality becomes so much more abhorrent, apart from what it is in its physical form. It is the most despicable nature of man. You've reduced man. وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. Allah Ta'ala says we created them in the highest form. Shaitan says, I'll show you what this man will do. He'll indulge in the filthiest of acts. And he'll feel pleased about it. What we call it, gay pride. What is there to be proud about? You have gone not against Allah, even if you disbelieve. You have gone against the very nature of humanity. Because if it was that this was something that was natural, then how is the next generation to come and the next generation to come? Where is it going to be? Allah's system is totally, you basically wiped out Allah's system of generations to come, of childbirth, of pregnancy, because you have chosen a path different from what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose for you. So then he continued and he said, لَأُضِلَّنَّهُمْ وَلَأُمَنِّيَنَّهُمْ, I will mislead them and I will give them long hopes. وَلَأَمُرَنَّهُمْ فَلَيُبَتِّكُنَّ آذَانَ الْأَنْعَامِ, and I will cause them to cut the ears of the camels. And the phrase that I want to come to, وَلَأَمُرَنَّهُمْ فَلَيُغَيِّرُنَّ خَلْقَ اللَّهِ, that I will order them, not I will incite them, not I will whisper in their ears, I will order them, because although they are your slaves, they worship me. Shaitan. I will order them to change the khalq of Allah, the nature of what Allah created. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created man in his excellence, in his perfection. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put in man the desire for woman. زُيَّنَ لِلنَّاسِ حُبُّ الشَّهَوَاتِ مِنَ النِّسَاءِ. Allah Ta'ala says, we put that desire. Shaitan says, I will show differently. I will show you that those very people that you say are your servants are going to obey my orders. وَلَأَمْرَنَّهُمْ فَلَيُغَيِّرُنَّ خَلْقَ اللَّهِ. With emphasis, with ta'qeed, he's saying, I will certainly order them, and Allah, you will see how they will proceed. So the first thing, it's a long discussion, and we don't have the time to go into all the elements of it. But the first thing is to understand that homosexuality is not only a crime in Islam, it is a crime against mankind. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not create Adam alayhi salam and Bani Adam, the children of Adam, to indulge in the most despicable of acts. But Shaitan wants to show that Allah, you said this I must bow down to. And I say this, not showing disrespect to Adam alayhi salam, but that was the disrespect that Shaitan showed. He said, you ordered me to bow down, see what I make him do. So the first thing is to understand that it is a heinous crime. And it is a sin unlike other sins, because when a person murders, then it is a severe crime, and he has unjustly taken the life of someone. When a person steals, when a person cheats. But here the crime is two. The first one is that he has disobeyed Allah's commandments. The second one is that he has obeyed Shaitan in changing Allah. That he has made it that the creation that Allah made, that there is a man and a woman, and between them they will have children, and so will come the progeny of mankind. This person is going against that. And what can we do? There's another hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that mentions, "Man ra'a minkum munkara," that whosoever amongst you sees something that's against the orders of Allah, then make every effort to change it with your hands. And if you are unable to, then change it with your tongue. In other words, speak out against it. And even if you are unable to do that much, then with your heart, meaning at least make dua against it. The current trend is now that we're being sucked into this thing that we say it is acceptable. And the moment we say that it is acceptable, we come under the ember of those who support it. May Allah grant us the guidance to understand the orders of Allah and to follow them in their entirety. Wa akhiru da'wana, alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.